everyone, it's Jodi with Create Kids Club, and I'm here today in partnership with Pick and Save and Metro Market to show you how to make a super fun snack or appetizer for kids, apple nachos. We're going to be using 4 different types of apples. It's a really fun way to show kids the different sweetness levels of the apples. We're going to have everything from the sweetest of the 4, the Fuji apple, down to the tartest, the Granny Smith apple. And in between, we're going to use a Honeycrisp and a Pink Lady. So we're going to combine them all on the sheet, and you could either separate them all to do a sampling or mix them together to have all the different levels of sweetness throughout the dish. So we're going to start by slicing those apples thinly, kind of like chips. If you're going to not serve the nachos right away, I would recommend you soaking the apples in a mixture of some water and lemon juice, and that will really help keep the browning to a minimum, and they'll stay nice and crisp and fresh. So we're going to start by slicing these. Now, if you have older kids, it's something that they can help with. The younger ones, you'll want to do this for them. But we're going to slice them pretty thin. And apples, every time I put them in a lunchbox, I will just do a quick soak with that water and maybe like a teaspoon to a tablespoon, depending on how many apples you're soaking. And I just leave them in there for 30 seconds maybe, then take them out. And I actually usually get the really big apples. So if I put a half an apple in my daughter's lunch, then I will put the other half in the fridge in a Ziploc bag, and it stays fresh for most days of the week. So it is a really simple way to get those apples to stay nice and fresh for longer. So we're going to kind of blend the apples together, I think, on the tray. So I will start by just putting these down. Okay, let's add these. The first one we're going to do is a little on the healthier side. We're going to use peanut butter or nut butter and drizzle that over a section of the apple slices. Then we're going to sprinkle on some granola. These choices bump up your opt-up score by adding a little bit of protein and some healthy fat. To make the peanut butter easy to use for your apple nachos, I just recommend putting it in the microwave for a little bit. I have a couple tablespoons of peanut butter. I put it in for 30 seconds and it just melts the peanut butter so you can drizzle it. So I'm going to start and just take one end of these and do a little drizzle of that peanut butter. Now, of course, you can put on any toppings that you want that your kids like. You could put nuts on here if they like that, or some sunflower seeds. But the peanut butter and granola is something that I know mine will like. So we're just going to drizzle some of that on. The next topping is a little sweet and still balanced. We're going to add a yogurt drizzle and some mini chocolate chips. So to do the yogurt drizzle, I simply added a little bit of water to the yogurt to thin it out. I like using some of these flavored yogurts, but if you're going to use a plain Greek yogurt, you could add a little honey to it and thin it out with some water if you need to that way. So we're going to drizzle a little of this on here. All right, that would add a few chocolate chips. The yogurt would work really well with the granola as well. So it's any flavor combination that your family likes. All right, for our last section, we're going to go with all the sweets. We're going to do some caramel applesauce and with toffee, Heat Bar Toffee Bits on top. So for the caramel sauce, I thinned it out with some milk and then heated it in the microwave as well. Again, this is kind of a fun activity that you could have your kids just look in your pantry and see what kind of options and flavor combinations you have, because so many different things would work. You could use mini marshmallows, you could use any kind of leftover Halloween candy cut into chunks, you could use different kinds of dry cereals. So there's a lot of different options you could give a try. All right, we're going to drizzle those toffee bits on here. Let's give it a try. So delicious. This one tastes just like a caramel apple, but without the mess of trying to eat a caramel apple. So highly recommend. This is the way to go. So you can quickly have a super simple after-school snack for a group of kids, make it smaller for just one kid, or a great appetizer to bring to a Halloween party or any kind of activity you have going on that combines a little bit of nutrition with a little bit of sweetness and fun. So I hope you'll join me over at Create Kids Club for more simple and easy recipes that kids love. See you next time.